TRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
All right, Vigilante race fans. The drivers are strapped into their trucks, the engines are primed, and Texas Motor Speedway gleams under the bright lights tonight. Welcome to the Skulls and Spurs 200. This is the Vigilante Racing Network live from virtual Fort Worth, Texas for round 9 of the VRL Vanquish Series. My name is Alan Vaught, and I'll be bringing you all the excitement and racing action here tonight. We'll get you started off with some details for this race. So, as I mentioned, this is round 9 of a 13-week season. Tonight, these drivers will be racing 133 laps. That's 200 miles. They're limited to 65% on their fuel. They have 5 additional sets of tires over the wall, so they're going to get 6 for the total race with what they start on. And they do have 1 fast repair should they find themselves into some trouble tonight. They'll be able to get back out on the track and into the competition. The incident limit is 25 and 6, and as always, iRacing controls Lucky Dogs, wave arounds, and the yellow flags. So the championship, we're 9 rounds into this, and it couldn't be any tighter really at the top of the board. In first place, you got the 38 machine of Chris Gomes with 236 points. The 81 Jonathan Osborne closely behind with 232, and only 1 point back of him, the 51 in third of Dylan Bryant at 231. Then you have Jacob Alicia in the 7 truck in fourth. He was last week's winner. He's coming on strong here these last part of the season here. And in 5th place, having a banner year and a banner season in this series, the number 29 of Dave Mayberry with 209 points. All right, now these drivers are getting ready to set the field. Looks like they are there. So we'll get you some details here really quick. First of all, we're going to start off with the weather. So tonight, 78 degrees, nice and moderate temp out there. The track temp is only 2 degrees hotter right now. Humidity is at 60% and rising a bit. I don't think it's going to go above like 63%. The winds are 10 miles per hour, so that could make a difference, and they're out of the east right now. And we're under partly cloudy skies. As for the grid, tonight, Jacob Alicia, I just spoke about him. He won last week, and he is on your pole tonight. Trevor Robertson is in 2nd. Jonathan Osborne is in 3rd. Andy Player is in 4th. 5th is Anthony Williams. That's a great time for him. Michael T. Alfaro is in 6th. Albert Anderson, America's driver, is in 7th. Chris Gomes is 8th. Jesse Redding is in 9th. Kelly Kill qualified 10th. Coming in at 11th, the 53 truck of Jeremiah Burke. The 51 of Dylan Bryant's in 12th. 13th is Mike Adamson. 14th, Andy Cawthon. Mike Everidge is in 15th. Tom Barish is in now 15th. We still got a couple people coming in there. 16th is George Rincon. 17th, Scott Milner. Dave Mayberry qualifies in 18th position. Chris Warren, 19th. Luke Chadwick, 20th. John Gallagher, 21st. Deion Jones, 22nd. Jeremiah Burke, 23rd. And Seth All rounding out your 24 truck field here this evening. Actually, we'll get you through the grid here on your screen. In case we miss it, you can see where they qualified. All right, only one lap to go green here, so we'll get you up to the front. Check in on Trevor Robertson. He should see this truck duck off here when they go around pit lane there. And they'll be able to hammer down. Actually, Jacob Alicia actually is your current pole sitter. That 7 machine right there. Hope you guys are excited for tonight's race. We're under the lights here, which always makes for nice visuals. And this track is a beast. I'm going to go over some of the details here as soon as I can, but I want to make sure you don't miss the start of the race here. Hopefully have a clean start as the pace truck ducks off. Control is with the flag stand for this first one.
Green flag.
And we're underway. We are green. 7 Trucks gets a nice jump there on the 6 from the outside line. Looks like they're making it through 1 and 2 just fine. There we go, folks. That snarling pack coming down the back stretch. This is going to be a good indicator if we're going to be green. If these guys get stretched out a little bit, you're not going to have that many cautions tonight. So we'll find out. We'll see if we're able to do it. 6 truck has not let the 7 get away from him. Trevor is all about staying with the 7 because they noticed last week if you let him get too far up front, it's going to be a beast to catch him. Closely behind, you got Jonathan Osborne falls into 3rd. Andy Player is in 4th right now with Albert Anderson rounding out your top 5. We also have some onboard cameras for you this evening, folks, which I'll show you in a moment. But I'm going to read them off to you now in case your favorite driver is one of them. Kelly Kill has an onboard camera. Andrew Cawthon in number 10 has an onboard camera. Also Andy Player. The 13, the 29 of Dave Mayberry, the 38 of Chris Gomes, and number 88, Mike Adamson, has that 6 cam for us. There was one penalty tonight, but I don't know that he is in the field, the 123 machine. So that might be a carryover to next week. We're looking pretty good so far. Let's see if we're starting to get spread out already. You can see this truck, this pack is right together. You got 22nd and 23rd. Are lagging. We'll see what that's about. Let's go back here. So that's Deion Jones. Actually, Jeremiah Burke's back here. May have started from the pits or had some issue as we began, and then you got the the 04 machine of Deion Jones right there as well. In that throwback Mountain Dew scheme. I didn't see anything pop up here at the beginning. There was an off-track. Yeah, there's pit lane there for Jeremiah Burke and Deion. They may have started from the pits. Did have an off track for Mike Adams. So let's go back and take a look at that real quick. So Mike's in that green and black machine. You see there, the 88 machine racing out of, okay, that must have been the off track where he just kind of, ends up getting through the grass. That's really a nothing burger there. So up front, you see nothing has changed other than that 6 is starting to apply a bit more pressure, to Jacob Alicia, looking to either force him into a mistake or just find the smallest of openings to mount an attack on that 7. And just looking into the chat real quick, folks, we got trouble out there saying nice 29. Kathy A says hello, Lori. Team Albert is here. Always good to see Kathy A. Edith Anderson as well. Let's go 99. Hello, Lori. Lori says my aunties are here. Hey, sweet ladies, Kathy A. and Edith Anderson. She also has a shout out to Greg Dawson, who couldn't be with us tonight. Let's see, he says he's assembling Lego and watching the race. Good luck, Team Phoenix, pulling for his boys out there. All right, folks, let's go through the field. Looks like we're staying clean and green so far. Don't have Seth. Let's go. We talked about Deion Jones. Deion's running in 23rd, down 1 spot from where he began the night. Just forward of him, pretty good ways actually. Jeremiah Burke, he's down 11 spots from where he began. or where he qualified, rather, running 22nd. Getting up here with the pack, you can see there's a huge difference between where Jeremiah's running and then Tom Bear's here. He's at the back of the pack here, running in the 21st position, 5 positions down from where he began. But Tom could be sitting here saving his tires, playing the long game, and seeing if these guys get up there diced up, either A, maybe bounce off each other a little bit, or they just burn up their stuff and Tom takes advantage of it. So he's racing out of Gulf Coast, Mississippi, looking good in that Cale Yarborough throwback machine, Hardy's machine, which was awesome back in the day, like the 80s and early 90s. Certainly the 80s. I'm not sure if Cale raced into the 90s. So going forward from there, we got Chris Warren in that 44th, running right where he started in 20th. Always a good looking, kind of a goodies throwback machine as well, but he's got a nice paint job on that thing. You can't see it too much, maybe a little bit under the light here, but kind of like a pearl to that. He does a great job on these paints, folks. He's having a good run. Scott Milner just in front of him out of Pittsburgh, Indiana. He is the 31 truck running 19th. Got Dave Mayberry in the 29 out of Tucson, Arizona. He's up 1 spot so far in 18th. Mike Adamson's down 4. He's running 17th at the moment. Don't let that fool you. Mike's going to find his way to the front. He usually does. And don't know what happened with qualifying. Sometimes we get out there and push it just like he was one of the fastest in practice. Sometimes we'll get out there and push a little bit more for qualifying and end up scraping the wall or something. I see a little chat on the radio there. You should be able to hear that as well, folks. And Kyle Vaught out there watching the broadcast saying Trevor's in second. I think that means hella good. Legu. I don't know what that means, Kyle. I don't. Color me old, son. Okay, so going on forward, John Gallagher in a 123 truck out of Roseville, California. Right now, having a pretty good run. He is in here tonight. That's the one I talked about. He started with a penalty, so he's making his way forward already, up 7 spots. Don't worry, folks. It wasn't anything too nefarious. It's just if we make a mistake on track and we take out other drivers, it ends up being like a penalty where you start at the rear. A little points penalty. But John's overcoming that right now. Up 8 positions as I'm talking about him. As he's passing, looks like Luke Chadwick. Yeah, Luke's right there in the 9 truck. Right now, Luke's still up 5 spots from where he began. So having a good run so far. Michael T. Alfaro in the 11 machine here. He is racing out of Mexico, actually. I don't know which city in Mexico, but he's racing out of that country with us. He's down 8 spots so far in that Toyota Tundra, running at 14th. George Rincon, the hardest pass you'll ever make in this series, is running in the 13th position. He's up 4 positions so far right now. And his teammate right in front of him, Mike Everidge out of Melbourne, Kentucky. He's up 3 spots, running in the 12th position. And you can see right here in the it's like hot pink and white truck, Andrew Cawthon out of Bartow, Florida, running right now up 3 spots in 11th. Directly in front of him in that kind of neon or highlighter green 01 machine of Kelly Kill. Right now, Kelly is being passed as he got passed by Andrew Cawthon there. He went down 1 position before he began. Moving forward, we got Chris Gomes. I'll show you in just a moment. He has an onboard camera. He's one of the only drivers that I know of who race in this league with virtual reality. Makes for interesting television to watch him move his head around so much. All right, right now up 4 spots, Dylan Bryant out of Stem, North Carolina. He's running in the 8th position. Always fast everywhere we go. Don't be surprised to see this man up there vying for the win before this is over. You're not missing anything up front, folks, by the way. Jacob Alicia and Trevor Robertson right together, stuck together, at only 0.18 apart from each other. Besides, we're headed that way, coming from the back of the field. Jesse Redding out of Knoxville, Iowa. Jesse's up 2 spots in that 721 machine, running in 7th. Anthony Williams out of Blanchard, Oklahoma, in that 4 machine. Really good looking. Lori likes the white trucks, by the way. She really likes to be able to spot them on the within the field. She gets on to me when I run dark paints. So he's definitely going to be one of her favorite truck schemes, running in 6th, down 1 spot so far. And for you Anderson clan fans out there, America's driver Albert Anderson out of Washington, D.C. is running in 5th right now, up 2 positions. I know he's really fast at this track. He's going to be up there, barring any kind of an incident. He's going to be up there vying for the win tonight. Jonathan Osborne out of Woodbury, New Jersey, in the 81 black and silver machine there, is down one spot from where he began. He began on the podium in third. He's down in fourth right now. Andy Player out of New Hampshire, running a kind of a dual paint scheme there for breast cancer awareness month. He's got the pink on the back end of his McConey setup shot machine, up one spot in third. And we got Trevor Robinson. He's sitting there hounding Jacob Belisha to make sure he doesn't get away from him. Still, now he's even closer, within 0.1213 of that leader. Looking like he's content right now to follow him into his season opening. But right where he started. And then you got Jacob Belisha, your current leader, and last week's winner out of Indianapolis. So that is through the field for you, folks. And I don't hear, actually, those guys on the radio. All right. Not been pretty clean so far. These guys are at 20 laps into a 133 lap event. Ooh, it's like the 13 might have touched the wall a little bit there. Get you some additional details. Right, so they should be around their fuel window should be about 31 to 34 laps. So we're about 11 laps or so away from green flag slots, which should be spicy and really good. So we'll check that out. Kyle's in the chat going, oh, Trevor's okay. He says he corrected me. Haha, it means let's go. Oh, lay go. Okay. Gotcha. I see it now. Anyway, so 31 to 34 laps on this fuel tank. We should see some good. It's not necessarily the easiest to get on this pit road, so we should maybe see some action there, especially if they come in groups. You're going to see some guys braking a little bit earlier than others. Could end up being a little bit of bumper tag going into the pit lane. So we're looking forward to that. Let's talk about this track a little bit while we're watching some of the different battles going on in the field here. So, Texas Motor Speedway, 1.5 mile track. It's a quad oval with an attitude. The speed is easy here, but grip is hard to find, especially the further you go on these tires. It is an aged surface, so it's been around for a bit. It's abrasive. It's unforgiving, especially in the Texas heat. So we're fortunate to be racing under the lights here tonight. I think it's going to give these drivers a bit more security, and maybe we'll get to benefit from that by seeing them really dice it up. So the turns here are asymmetric, meaning they're not the same between turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. The banking is only 20 degrees. I say only. It's 20 degrees in turns 1 and 2, which is good, decent. And then turns 3 and 4, a bit more banking. So it means you can almost, especially early in a run, go flat out through 3 and 4 at 24 degrees of banking. And as I mentioned, we are in virtual Fort Worth, Texas, so deep in the heart of horsepower country. And it's very fitting that we're racing the trucks here tonight in Texas. This facility did open in 1996. It's a legacy oval with, kind of a reputation for high-speed drama and late race heartbreak, so to speak. You can ask, Denny Hamlin and others here in the last few years. Sometimes you think you got this thing sewn up on a late race caution, jumbles up everything, and you do not feel secure even if you're trying to lead off the restart. So the key to this track is throttle discipline. And turns 1 and 2, it demands a little bit of a lift early, late commit to getting out of the turn. And 3 and 4 rewards you, like I mentioned, with that, you're able to pretty much go full throttle. Now, as your tires age, you'll have to back off a little bit if you're going to keep the truck up underneath you. Tire degradation is, has a sharp fall off, around 10 to 15 laps. I would say depends on how hard you push it in the early laps. And then the aero wake really hurts you the further you go along. That's why the likes of having Trevor Robertson up there, he's starting to fall off just a little bit of Jacob Belisha, now almost half a second back of your leader. And I can assure you that sometimes if you follow another truck for too long, that aero will start to push you around and you will burn up your front tires a bit. But you can see both of these leaders are well clear of third place, Jonathan Osborne. I talked about the fuel windows already, so you guys should be all to speed on that. So we should be seeing that in the next 4 or so laps. Start to see these green flag pit stops. '51 trying to get up underneath the 13 here. '51's making his way further forward. As we expected, he's going to take over the 5th position now over Andy Player. And try to set his sights on Albert Anderson, who's also making his way to the front there, now in 4th position in the 99 DeWalt machine. All right, folks, last Wednesday, we did have some technical difficulties with the microphones, and I came out sounding like a T-1000 robot, only not as good. So if you're out there, Lori, let me know if the sound quality is back to normal. That would give me some security that I don't need to adjust anything as we get ready for these green flag pit stops. See if we can catch them as they're starting to go on pit lane. And once we get through that, folks, we're going to do a crank it up segment for you. If you like listening to the loud noises that these drivers hear within their virtual cockpits. And we'll also get you a look at all the cameras as well. As we ride on board the roof cam here with Trevor Robertson out of McCrory, Arkansas. He's closed it back in. He was almost half a second back, but he has ramped up his speed here to get closer to Alicia. Don't know if he ramped it up back, sure if Jacob ended up coming back to him a bit, but you can see these two drivers are pretty equal footing here tonight in their ability to get around this joint. It may come down to who has, as you see the 404 machine going on pit lane there, it may depend on who has the best strategy. Let's take a look. We got Kelly Kill on pit lane. Should better angle there. Dave Mayberry in the 29, Dion Jones right there in the 4, and Mike Evers. So now we got those takers coming in at 31 laps as they're coming to 32. So let's see if we got our leaders. What are they going to do as they come around 3 and 4? Like the both getting on, and Jacob really trying to push the envelope there. Don't know if he was speeding. 6 machine, the 81 almost gets in the back of the 6. Yeah, that was pretty close there for those folks. We'll see how it works out for Jacob Alicia. He definitely was coming in there hot, trying to make sure he maintained the advantage of the lead. Now we'll see if he takes off after he gets his service here, taking right side tires, as is the 6 and the 81. Yep, 4 tire stop for all 3 of these guys, most likely. There they are. So he didn't. He was able to get that closed up. He would have had a 40-second hold on pit lane had he sped getting on. So great job there for the 7 machine. Definitely was ready and prepared for green flag stops here tonight. You can see he gets a bit of a lead on Trevor. So getting on and off pit lane is essential to making a run at the win here tonight. And Jacob got probably the better of that one. And I would say the time he made up getting on pit lane is the difference that we're seeing here. You can see now, before we went on pit lane, Trevor was right on within 0.17 or so. Now he is back 2.3 seconds of your leader. So, hey, thanks, Greg. I see Greg out there in the chat letting me know that it sounds great tonight. Greg, you won't believe it, but the only thing I had to do to fix my microphone from Wednesday was reboot the computer. So, folks, you got these different programs talking to each other, and sometimes they just don't get along. And that's what we had going on in real time during Wednesday night's live event. So, happy to hear that we're not having those gremlins here tonight. Thanks, Greg, for the confirmation. Then we got Lori also out there saying, are we going to have a caution-free race tonight? Yes, folks. 14 of you out there watching right now, and give us your thoughts. Who do you think is going to win? Are we going to go green, flag to flag without a caution? Did we just jinx them with the commentator and the chat curse of saying, yeah, we're going to go green? We'll see what happens here tonight. So Jacob is out there still maintaining that 2.3-ish lead over Robertson. You see the distance there. That Ford machine right behind Trevor Robertson is a lap down truck of Deion Jones. Lori's in the chat letting me know that with one of the recent updates from iRacing, that they moved the speed line at which they start to measure that on pit road, which hurt some folks during practice. So it's something that surprised these drivers. There's your second place machine of, thanks for that, Lori. Second place machine of Trevor Robertson. Moving on back, 51, still +9. Running in the third position is Dylan Bryant. Chris Gomes right here in the 38 machine out of Charlotte, North Carolina. He is in fourth. America's driver trying to close in on him, running in the fifth position. Andy Player in the 13 machine is in sixth, followed closely by 721 of Jesse Reddy. And there's that 88 machine of Mike Adamson. We were talking about him earlier, kind of mid to pack to the rear, and we felt he would go forward pretty quick, and he has. He's now cracked into the top 10, running eighth, up 5 positions from where he began the evening. Followed by John Gallagher, up an impressive 14 positions. He had a penalty tonight, folks. He has overcome that penalty. John's always super fast. Not shocked in the least that he's made his way into the top 10. Anthony Williams just behind him. Anthony's down a few spots, but it looks like he's trying to take another one back here. We'll see what happens. Running in a 10th position out of Blanchard, Oklahoma. George Rincon racing out of Cumming, Georgia now. He is in 11th, up 6 positions from where he began the night. Next machine is the 10 truck of Andrew Cawthon out of Bartow, Florida. He's running in 12th. Then you got Mike Everidge. He's in the 13th position, up 2 spots so far. But it looks like the 9's going to make his way around Dave Mayberry and maybe even the 82 machine. That's Dave in the white and blue machine you see there, right next to the 9. Pretty good battle here. Let's see what's going to happen here. Looks like that 9 was able to secure that pretty handily. If he's going to go after the 82 machine here. 41 laps into this event so far, caution free. Kyle's out there, Kyle Vaught saying he's not betting on no cautions. Probably a safe bet, son. Here we go here. A little racy. Like the 31 of Scott Milner, he's down. Something must have happened. He's down a lap, so that's a lap machine. They're going around there. Continue on back. We did talk about Dave Mayberry. Let's look at Jeremiah Burke. He's down 5 spots. Jeremiah is usually super fast everywhere. Don't know if there's some kind of strategy at play here. Fuel mileage savings. Don't know what's happening. He's kind of in a little pocket all by himself. As we take a look at the track map here, you can see we are all around the track here. And anytime I pull this up and you see that green circle around one of the numbers, that's the truck you see on your screen at the moment. And obviously, like, they see the 1 up there. He's about to cross that red line, which is start-finish line. Moving on back, we got Chris Warren again in that Goodies machine. He's running his 17th. Having a progressive night, at least so far, up 3 spots from where he began. Kelly Kill, he's down 8 spots. He started 10th. He's in 18th right now. Maybe didn't have the greatest pit cycle that he wanted, or something else may have happened, but it looks like his truck's intact and he's still moving out. Yeah, Lori's out there in the chat asking Kyle if he wants to bet at the number 8 car, Sundra. I think it's a 124 scale car that we got this week. It's a good looking car. I wouldn't bet it, Kyle. Wouldn't want to lose that. We got Tom Barish running in the 19th position. He's down 3 spots from where he began. Yeah, Deion Jones is running 20th. I always think of Darrell Waltrip when I see that Mountain Dew scheme. I know several drivers drove that back in the day, but he's the one that comes to mind for me. And our international driver here, Michael T. Alfaro out of Mexico. He's running 21st right now, down 15 spots from where he qualified. Don't know if maybe the tires wore out on him or just some kind of a strategy call didn't work. Oh, you see the hardest machine of the 123 of John Gallagher nearly take the wall down there. Next up, you got the 81 of Jonathan Osborne, another one who slid back significantly. He's in 22nd, but he's down 19 spots from where he began. And Seth Aller is off the track, so he's our 24th. Something must have happened with him. Scott Miller will go back to him. He's running 23rd, down 5 spots from where he began. He's 1 lap down. Right now, it looks like, yeah, we got 23 strong, only 1 out of the race so far. But then, as promised, we also need to show you our onboard cameras here tonight. And we'll keep you a live picture down in the bottom left. That's your live screen, so you can see what's happening on the track. And we'll keep that on anything exciting as we run through these cameras positions. So right now, you see in the bigger frame, the 01 car of or truck of Kelly Kill. Good looking triple monitor setup with the info screen above. He's just upgraded his engine, so to speak, his computer, and now it's giving us a different camera shot, which shows more of his room, which is quite an impressive man cave, if I do say so myself. And let's see. I think the next camera is going to be frozen. But this happens for some reason with Andrew Cawthon's screen. We get it early on, but then it gets frozen as we go along. Next, we got the 13 machine of Andy Player out of New Hampshire, giving us a down, low, up view. You can always see how serious he's really focused whenever he is in the groove there. We'll see where he's running right now. Get him on the screen. So Andy's in 6th. Running right here, trying to get around. Looks like Chris Gomes will be his next target. That 4 machine he's passing now is a lap down. Look at Dave Mayberry, the 29 truck. Dave is running, we'll get him on screen here. Dave's running in 15th right now. Again, in a little pocket by himself. And we're going to go and take a look at the 38. Let's see if we can find Mr. Gomes. Here he is, up in 5th position. Like I mentioned previously, Chris is in virtual reality, so even to look at the menus on his screen, you'll see him sometimes turning his head around and look up and check maybe his position on track or his tire settings, etc. If you ever watch him race a road course, it's really entertaining because you got to look through your apexes. You'll see him doing a lot of head movement. Here on oval track, a little bit less. I like virtual reality when I put it on previously, but I can't race it for long because I start to get a headache. But he really loves it. Works out for him. And for our 6th camera view, that is going to be the 88 truck of Mike Addison. Super dark right now. Looks like he's turned some of the lights off in the background. Likes to keep it focused in on his screen. Mike does what I do lots of times. If you're ever able to see me racing in my rig, you'll see me leaning over to the left-hand side. Don't know what it is. I don't even know I'm doing it. I doubt Mike knows he's doing it either. Having a good run here tonight so far, up 5 positions in 8th in that 88 machine. All right, folks, back up front. These guys are gonna race it out. We're gonna finish how we started here. Looks like maybe Jacob Elish is in 1st, closely followed 0.35 behind him by the 6th of Robertson and Dylan Bryant right there, 4 nearly 5 seconds back of these 2 leaders. So these 2 guys are really running off with it. 55 laps into this. They went in last. Let's see, most of them went in on lap 32 or 33. So we should see them back on pit lane here shortly. About another 8 laps or so. But until then, let's do a crank it up segment for you. So if you like to hear the sights and sounds of virtual Texas Motor Speedway and what these guys hear inside their cockpits, crank up your computer volume, your television volume, and check this out. And we'll be right back. All right, folks, that was our crank it up segment. Hope you enjoyed that. Do you see the 88 trying to challenge Jesse Redding here for 6th position? And we're closing in on green flag stops. We should see her momentarily in and around lap 63. All right, not getting much participation in the chat out there, folks. So I hope you guys got all the answers you need. If you like what you're watching and you enjoy supporting these drivers, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We do race here at Vigilante Racing Network every Wednesday night and Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. Get back up here and we see it's like Trevor Robertson is trying to mount a charge on Alicia here as we're coming in on green flag pit stops. Now, I don't know how Alicia was able to really get away from the 6 here entering pit lane, but I'm sure that Trevor's not going to allow that to happen the second time. Trevor's going in by himself this time. Coming up on Kelly Kill, that 01 machine. We'll see how this works. He's trying to undercut there on Jacob. I'm sure Jacob, at least I wouldn't, go more than one lap before pitting to make sure I don't suffer from the fall off, which is pretty significant here. See if he hits pit lane this time. Nope. Like he's choosing to stay out and run long. see how that works out for him. He will have at least one, maybe two flat fresher tires, depending on when he hits pit lane. Second place has been taken over now by America's driver 99 of Albert Anderson. Like both of these trucks were last on pit lane at, well, Alicia was at 32, Albert was at 33. So he went long last time. Dylan Bryant, Chris Gomes, Jesse Redding, Anthony Williams, all on pit lane. And here we see our leader, Jacob Alicia, making his way onto the pit lane as well. Already have Anthony Williams, Chris Gomes, Dylan Bryant's making his way off pit lane, Tom Barish. Let's take a look at Jacob Alicia as he makes his pit stop. Picking on his right sides. But just to be a 4-tire stop, I wouldn't go with any less unless it's the end of the race. We're 66 laps into the event right now. Here we go right now. Looks like Jacob's going to come off in 3rd position. Maybe a few more people pass him here, and he'll make it. There goes the 6 machine. You're looking back. You see that undercut did work. Question is he going to be able to stay in front of Jacob Alicia, or is he going to be able to track him down with those fresher tires? Got new players, no pun intended, for Andy Player and Mike Adamson on pit lane getting their service. You see Mike coming off pit lane now. Michael T. Alfaro is just making his way on the pit lane. Chris Warren's coming off. And Jonathan Osborne. So looks like who is left? Everybody's in at 63, 64, or now 66 with Mike Adamson. It's like Scott Milner, maybe. He's out there on the oldest tires at the moment. He hasn't been on pit lane since lap 37. So expect to see him pretty shortly. He's running at 19th right now. So these guys are doing a great job here tonight. No cautions. Really just running clean and green. Able to get on and off pit lane very efficiently without any incident to bring out a caution or hurt each other. I don't know. Might have been a good bet to take there, Kyle, in the chat. This thing is going. It's looking like it's got that green feel to it, unless someone just has a mistake. And we were way over the halfway point here, and these guys are looking anything like that. They're going to smack the wall or take each other out. A lot of respect being given out here tonight. The Trevor with that undercut was able to go out to a 4-second lead over Jacob Alicia, and he's maintaining that so far. Maybe even pulling a little bit on it, with Dylan Bryant in 3rd behind Alicia at 6.4 seconds, and Albert Anderson nearly 10 seconds behind the leader rather, in 4th. Chris Gomes just over 10, rounding out your top 5. So, since we've been so clean, let's see if we can find someone to chat with here. Looks like Dave Mayberry's out there in a pretty good spot. Hey, Dave, it's out in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Hey, what's up, guys?
So, how you doing tonight, man? You're running the 14th, up 5 spots from where you began. How's it feeling?
I messed up on the initial, 5 to 8 laps. I got up on the high side, and then I was overcooking the turns. I kind of figured out now, so I'm slowly gaining, but it's hard. Got to watch those tires in 1 and 2, man. Those are tire killers that turn.
Yeah, you were kind of behind the 8 ball a little bit. You had some technical difficulties with your audio,
Yeah.
and I feel your pain, by the way, from Wednesday night. So you really didn't have a chance to get in here and get stuck in for your normal practice routine.
Yeah. I know I didn't. I really turned like 2 laps, and I still can't talk in race chat. So that probably makes some people happy. I probably talk too much.
No, man. So you're holding it. You're at least you're +5 right now. Maybe you make your way forward a little bit more. When do you think you're going to make your last stop?
That's what I was just trying to calculate. I think we can go like 32 laps or so on a set or on a run, and I've been cutting it at like 30 just to kind of get an advantage on everybody.
Well, hey, man, thanks for talking to me with all that green flag running. I need to get somebody up here to give us a little chat to talk to the folks out there.
Yeah, I need a reset. I need a caution, then I'd be okay.
No, I hear you, buddy. You might get it, but it's looking like it's going to be clean and green right now.
I know, exactly. I'm planning for clean and green the whole way.
All right, well, good luck to you.
All right, man. Thank you.
Right, you too. All right, that's the 29 machine of Dave Mayberry having a good run, hoping for a caution to get back in. It sounds like he had to work on figuring out this joint a little bit tonight since he didn't get his normal routine in of practice before the race. And we'll go back up and take a check on your leader. So Alicia's been able to cut into that a little bit, about half a second. He was just over 4 seconds abaft of Robertson there in the six machine. And he's cut that down to about 3.5 and still a little bit more. So those pressure tires are starting to come into play a bit. Got Albert Anderson Sr. out there in the chat saying, hey, I just got home. Go get him, son. Hey, welcome, Mr. Anderson. Vincent Short out there also saying, go get him, Gonesy. So he's pulling for Mr. Gones. So for you, Mr. Anderson, your son is running in the 4th position right now, up 3 spots from where he began the night. He's been top 5 pretty much all along, but right now he's about 10 seconds behind the leader. We've had nothing but green flag running so far. So this has just got that kind of look to it. So getting on and off pit lane efficiently, choosing the time at which you pit. Do you undercut? Do you overcut? All these things are coming into play as to who's going to be there at the end. And there's even others like Dave Mayberry out there hoping for a caution to get back in the fight here. And with that, just behind Albert Anderson, you got Chris Gomes. So there you go, Mr. Short. Gomes is running in 5th, up 3 spots from where he began the night as well, having a good run. Oh, we see somebody. It's like the 81 just bounced off the wall there. That was Jonathan Osborne. I don't know if he's got any damage. We'll see if we can get a little bit of a look from our camera views. His front end looks good. That's great. And what we can see of the right hand side, not too bad. So it looks like he probably got away with that one. Yeah, John, how come you're not on track, man? I'll get you an answer to your question there, but we were looking for you, that 12 machine. Don Schoenbachler. He is not out here tonight. Must be working or something. Let's take a look. Yeah, so Trevor went in at 63, at lap 63. And we heard talking to Dave Mayberry, they can go out 32, 33 laps, it seems like. We'll go for the high end of that. That puts... maybe Trevor at lap 96, having to make his next pit stop. We're at 82 right now. And that won't quite get you home because that's about 129 laps. And even, oh, John, that's right. You're on vacation. I forgot, buddy. Thank you for the reminder. So even with that, I think Alicia is going to be closer, but he's still likely going to have to save a little bit of fuel. We're watching 81 trying to get around the 4 machine here of Anthony Williams. The 81 is down a lap to him, so it's not. This is not going to be for position should he get around him. We are all over the track here, folks. You see the top 2 are right together. Then 3rd and 4th are pretty close to each other. Let's go take a look at that battle. We're watching this. This is not for position. This is a lap car getting around the 4 machine here. But Albert Anderson is trying to make a move on the 51 for that 3rd spot. Here's hoping it gets a little extra spicy here. But gets by pretty handily there. We'll see if the 51 is going to mount a re-attack. Looks like he may. Choosing not to this time. Maybe hoping just to fall into that slipstream and make sure they don't lose any time. But you got to be smart as a driver. You know, fighting every battle and dying on that hill is not always the answer. Sometimes the answer is, hey, let me slip in behind this individual who's faster. See if they can drag me along a bit around this track, and maybe I'll be in a better position to mount an attack later. All right, now we're just running around the track and taking a look at the different battles we may have going on here. You're looking at the 31 machine and the 9 right now. 31 is up 6 spots. Luke Chadwick running at 15th. Actually, that's the 9, not the 31. And 31, actually, Scott Milner is down a lap, so that's not for position. Scott, as I mentioned previously, is on a totally different pit cycle than these guys. So likely he has fresher tires right now. As we see, 82, I think he might have scraped the wall, and that's why he's down so low and slowing. Or maybe he's thinking about making a pit stop here. You see your current leader, Trevor Robertson, making his way around. Yes, indeed. We're watching the 82 machine of Mike Everidge make his way on the pit lane here at lap 89. This appears to be a planned stop. So right now, he's the only one. So as they run right now, Robertson has lost a lot of his advantage over the 7 machine. He's only 1.8 out in front of him right now. So those extra laps that Alicia was able to hold on to coming into play at the end of this run, or towards the end of this run, there's only a 2-lap difference that I can see. Robertson was on pit lane at 63 and Alicia was on at 65. But at a place that eats tires like Texas Motor Speedway, that's pretty significant. It can be, for sure. So these guys are really, they're playing a game of chess at over 180 miles per hour. Actually, let's see what their speed is. We'll take a look at their dashboard. See it in the lower left-hand corner right there. We're watching Trevor Robertson's telemetry giving us what gear and what his speed is. He's going down the backstretch now. A little bit of a draft, getting up to 171, 172. That might have been playing a little safe. He had a lot of trucks around him, and he had to take the high line around. He was over 180 on that one. We'll take a look and see if that holds for the next time around. All right, coming around now out of turns 3 and 4, 174 miles per hour, 73 going through that turn. See what he's able to get to on this front stretch here. Tracks all the way out to the wall. 178, 179, 180, 81, 2, 3. 4, 5 as he slows down to get into turns 1 and 2. Only 20 degrees of banking in turns 1 and 2, 24 in 3 and 4. So that's likely why you're able to see so much more speed on the front stretch than you are the back stretch. They got 4 degrees of banking, less banking, to come out of that turns 1 and 2 with to build that speed up. So Jacob Alicia still back 1.8 seconds. Some of the fall off that we saw between these two drivers is likely maybe caused by this traffic they're having to make their way through. Who's able to get through efficiently, who's not. You see the 6 truck is on the very bottom line up there, 2 trucks in front of Jacob Alicia. He's trying to get around a couple more trucks who probably don't want to go a lap down or a second lap down. You tend to fight the leader a lot more as we're at lap 95 of 133. But this delta between the 6 truck and the 7s seems to be holding about between 1.6 and 1.8, depending on when they catch traffic. This fight's not over. Who's going to hit pit lane first? Who's going to try to undercut? Who can save fuel? Who's going to go for it in hopes and praying that they're going to make it on fuel? I mean, let's head on back to Dylan Bryant. He's 6 seconds back of the leader. And if they get a caution, this man right here is going to be in the fight. You can bet on it. He's really good at most of the joints we go to. And Texas is no different. And he's a hell of a restarter. So if they give him the opportunity by having some kind of caution here, we're going to hear about it. As Trevor Robertson, your leader, is on pit lane. Now coming off, so we missed him going on, but that's fine. This is a scheduled stop. He goes in at 97. See, when was he last on? It was about 32. That's going to get him to about lap 130. So he's going to have to save some fuel if he's hoping to make it all the way here. May end up doing a splash and go. We have others on pit lane too, including Jacob Alicia. America's driver Albert Anderson, Dylan Bryant's now on pit lane, Jesse Redding, and Kelly Kill. So we see that the strategy's kind of played out now. Is this going to be a fuel savings run to the end? Current leader right now is the 88 machine of Mike Adamson. Like he's making his way down on pit lane right now. Let's follow him from the onboard camera through his stop there. Pretty dark. Lori's out there saying, hey, miss you, John Schoenbacher. John is on vacation. And Kathy A, let's go, Albert. Greg Dobson, hey, Red Bull Lego car is finished. One day I'll put together the McLaren to go with it, lol. And Greg Dobson, go Albert, go Adamson. Albert Anderson Sr. out there, busted too. Oh no, that's the driver. Busted too fast on pit road. Oh no. That's not going to be good, especially with no cautions and are able to get back into this thing. Where is Albert going to fall out here? Looking right now, he's in 18th. Albert's going to be pretty fast here. He's going to race. He's going to race Mike here in the 88 machine pretty hard to get around him and the 721. Actually, he's a lap down to Mike. Mike's in 7th, so this is not going to be for position. That really hurt Anderson getting that penalty. Or he's out there in the chat saying, oh no, pit road, not Albert. And then Albert Anderson Sr.'s, oh no, son, slow your roll. Well, I would hope right now he's going to really pump up the volume, so to speak. I don't know if it's going to do him much good. He's going to need a caution to get back into this race, at least for the victory. Greg Dobson says, Adamson, what was that playing on the TV in the background? Is Dale watching cartoons? That's a good question. Now let's take a second look at it. Why not? Looks like anime, some kind of cartoon, but I would hazard a guess there, Greg, that that's an anime of some type rather. Let's see if it gets you guys some exciting action going on here. Find some more battles. Robertson's up front. He's out by 2.5 seconds over Alicia. Alicia does have in that 7 truck 1 lap fresher tires. The question is who's going to be able to save enough fuel? And then with the tire degradation come into play, we're in the last segment of this race. Even if they have to make a splash and go, that's going to be the most it's going to require. And we're at 104, coming to 105 laps complete. I'll pull something up for you guys here in just a moment, if you give me a second. All right, Greg Dobson, I hope you still got your ears on there, buddy. Lori's out there saying you need to join Vanquish, and I agree. So this is what he's doing tonight instead of being out here running with us, folks. He's building this Lego car for F1. Boo, no F1. This is a NASCAR league. No, actually, I'm a big fan of F1 too, also. But hey, Greg, you need to get in here and run with us on Friday. I know maybe your job's going to interfere with it. We would love to have you. But a 2-second lead up front for Robertson. Is he in the catbird seat, or is it going to be Alicia? Who's going to bring it home to victory? Is Bryant going to come up there to steal one? He's 14 seconds back right now of your leader, so it's not looking like it. I think it's going to come down to the 6 and the 7 here. And we're going to do another crank. Oh, we see the 82 kind of skim the wall there. Looks like no harm, no foul. We are going to hook you guys up with another Crank It Up segment. So crank those volumes up. Remember, if you like what you see and you support these drivers, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss one of these broadcasts. We're here every Wednesday and Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Well, folks, we see Trevor Robertson on pit lane here. Maybe he knows he can't make it the whole way. He's choosing to go in and get his fuel now. See if that drags everybody else with him. So Jacob Alicia has assumed the lead. He's going around through the tri-oval now. He did not hit pit lane, choosing to go further. For 18 laps to go here so far in the rest of this race. We're gonna put up a screen here for a second. I'm gonna check something, folks. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Just trying to check on one of the audio devices there. You should be able to hear the drivers, but I noticed that you weren't hearing that, so I still don't hear them. So it must be another glitch with the audio a bit there, folks. Anyway, 15 laps to go. Jacob Alicia's out front. Dylan Bryant's 15 seconds back. We'll see if they got enough fuel to make it. Take a look and see what, as far as where Trevor Robertson's running. He is in 7th right now, having went down pit lane to get his last bit of fuel. Is he going to make it? This is the question. But he's going to make it for sure. Is everyone in front of him going to make it? So in front of him, you got John Gallagher, the 123. You got Chris Goins in that 38 machine. Andy Player is in 4th, the 13 machine. Mike Adamson is in 3rd. Dylan Bryant's in 2nd. And of course, Jacob Alicia. Now these guys all went in on laps to see. Jacob and Bryant 97. Mike Adamson went on 98. Andy Player 100. So caution's out. Caution is out, folks. And we will go back and find out what that was for. This changes everything. Nearly went flag to flag. It's like John Gallagher had an issue. So John is in. So there's two Hardy's machine that you can see right here. The one forward is Tom Barish in the 35, and the 123 is the closest one to you, right in front of the Mountain Dew machine. Actually, let's see if I can get you on board with the Mountain Dew machine, maybe. Actually, we'll take a look here first. See what happened. Oh, like him and a 53 tangled. Oh. Go back again. Tom Barris got caught up in that, I believe. This time we will look in the chopper view. You see that 123 is going to track out. Oh, 53 just got a little, just nicked him. Looked like he was going for the outside line. Just nicked him. Took them both into the inside and the outside wall, respectively. Looks like maybe Tom Harrison, that 35 machine, got caught up in it as well. Or maybe not. This is a separate incident. I think it's because he slowed down for the pace truck. This registered as some kind of an issue. So we got Gallagher and that 53 machine involved here. Heavy contact in the outside wall. Oh, look at the 28 machine just dodging that. That's George Rincon. We'll take a look from inside of his cockpit. This is what George sees. 1, 2, nope. He had kind of a Sophie's choice there at the moment, so just drive forward. Hopefully they're straight for them. Hopefully they're not there by the time you get there. Here's your leader, Jacob Alicia. Like he's coming off pit lane now. Dylan Bryant's coming off. So now you got Dylan up there. You got Mike Adamson up there. He's going to be a restart along with Andy Player, Chris Gones, and of course Trevor Robertson just now making his way onto pit lane. So this is probably not the flag that he wanted to see for his strategy to play out. That said, he's currently in 6th. Let's see if he can get on and off pit lane and get back up there and slot in and make a run for it. But it's going to be about 10 laps or so to go here when we go back to green. We're going to get a word with Trevor Robertson here. Hey, Trevor, it's down in the booth, but you got me. Hey, man, it looked like you had a strategy of hoping those guys were not going to have enough fuel to make it to the end there. I don't think that's the caution that you wanted to see. Is that how it feels? Is that your perspective from behind the wheel?
Oh, absolutely. I figured if I gave myself 20 laps on fresh tires and just driving as hard as I could, I might have a chance at the win, but I'm pretty sure they didn't have enough fuel. But that caution pretty much threw that out the window. So now I'm at the tail end of the longest line with the lucky dog.
Yeah. Hey, man, I hate they didn't play out for you. It certainly had that green run feel to it. You know, we're going to go flag to flag. Then the 53 and the 123, I think it was a 123 tangled. And here we are, buddy. But hey, they didn't play out for you. You are still running 6th. Still be a good points night for you. See what you can go out there and get, buddy. Thanks for talking to me.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, good luck. That 6 machine there, getting ready for a restart. Should see the truck duck off, the pace truck duck off here. We're going to get back under green. Jacob Alicia is going to be controlling this first restart of the evening. Now, once Jacob gets into the restart zone, he can launch at any point, which is that green area you see coming up. So right in here. And he's launched. Great launch. Leaving the 88 and the 51 behind. He's definitely trying to get out there to a lead that he can defend. '88 and the 51 side-by-side racing for second is exactly what he wants to see. The more that they fight, the less they're going to... Oh, no! Oh, it's going to be another caution, perhaps. It's like the... who was that? No caution yet. Down out of the racing line. Andrew Cawthon spins out. No caution. We're staying green. '88 machine looks like he's going to get the advantage coming out of turn 2. 51 is going to fight right back. Not giving each other an inch as Andy Player's looking to get into the action here. But Player makes his way up under. He's got the 6 coming with him, making their way up underneath the 88. 7 laps to go. 7 laps. Alicia's out to half a second, 0.6 second lead over Bryant. Can Bryant make it? He's got not even 6 laps. So got him to 5 to go here at the line. Gonna be hard without a caution. I don't know if he's gonna get there. 5 laps to go. He's chopped it down a little bit. He was at 0.6 behind. He's down to 0.45. But catching him is one thing. Getting past him is going to be another. Checking the chat one more time out there. Greg Dobson saying he would totally join the league this Friday night series, actually. But hey, Friday nights anymore. He doesn't work Friday nights anymore. But the girlfriend wants him on the weekends. Well, you know, you got to balance. So it's got to be a balance. We got 4 to go, coming to 3 to go here, folks. We might have some fun races tomorrow, Greg. We'll see. We'll throw out some notifications if we do. Albert Anderson Sr. This could be a chance to make up some ground, certainly, for his son out there, Albert Anderson Jr. And he did. He's up in the 8th position now. How about it? Now what? One to come back to. Lori says she can't believe that we got to lap 121 caution free. So we see the 51 is closing in, folks. He is almost there. 0.2. Can he do it? Can he make it past Alicia, who has been so dominant all night between him and Trevor Robertson? Trevor Robertson is now up there in 3rd position, not very far back himself. He can see the 2 guys that he wants to get to. He's just running out of time. At 51's not, though. Coming to 1 to go. Still a 0.22 lead. Is there anything he can do? Last lap. I don't think he's going to be able to make it, folks. He's a 0.3, almost 0.3, 0.26. With this last turns to go here. Coming around turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Jacob Alicia, number 7 truck. Looks like he's got the field covered. Coming out of 4 for the checkered flag. Your champion tonight, Jacob Alicia, out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Just putting on another clinic. He was last week's winner and goes 2 for 2 for round 8 and round 9. Second place is Dylan Bryant, really closing in at the end there, and Trevor Robertson brings it home 3rd to round out your podium finishers. All right, folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to get a word with your champion here in just a moment. Make sure you like and subscribe, support these drivers, support the channel. We're on here every Wednesday and Friday night for iRacing, the trucks. Always a great time. right, folks, this is Alan in the booth. I'm back, and we're actually going to interview your top 3 finishers on the podium tonight. Your champion was Jacob Elisha. Second place was Dylan Bryant, and Trevor Robertson brought it home in third. And so we're going to start with Trevor and get a word with him. Pulling him up in the booth right now. Hey, Trevor, it's Alan in the booth, buddy. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you brought it home third. I know I talked to you momentarily there that the strategy you were playing didn't work out. I thought you were in a good position there, but at least you brought it home. Third step on the podium and made the best out of a bad situation there. How did you think the entire evening went overall? Were you pretty sure they were going to run out of gas?
I was pretty sure they were going to run out of gas. I don't know. Jacob said he was a lap short. Player might have been close to being able to make it, but man, it just got the short end of the stick. You know, I'm just glad I was able to pass everybody, get third. I was really aggressive there and got my tires really hot and had to block Adamson pretty hard there just to keep third. I don't really like blocking, but I already got kind of screwed, so I wasn't gonna let anybody pass me.
Yeah, for sure. You went in earlier than I thought you might have. Did you just want to get it sounded like you want to get the advantage of having maybe 15 or 20 laps to really maybe pull out a little bit of a lead on them?
Yeah, I figured if I waited too long, I wouldn't have time to make up the ground with tires. I was kind of leaning that everybody might stop and just get a splash of fuel and jump back out. So I was like, well, if I give myself 20 laps and just run it really hard, then I'd have a chance. But,
yeah, for sure. Well, you're doing well in the points is what I can see right now. Taking a look, you were in ninth coming into this race, and you finished in front of most of the folks in front of you, like Andrew Koth and Josh Schoenbacher's on vacation. Did you come in front of Adelson? I don't know. I think you held him off. Mayberry, Alicia, of course, is up there, and Bryant. Those are kind of the only two, but I think you're probably going to be in good shape, man, closing in on these top runners.
I'm going to try my best. It seems like I finally got the monkey off my back and I'm not getting caught up in everything or bunny shifting and blowing my motor or, just the laundry list of things that have been happening to me the last couple months. It's nice to be able to run hard and be competitive again.
Yeah, man, for sure. You kind of were snake bit there for a while in both series. It was incredible to watch, heart wrenching, at the same time, I don't mean incredible in a good way, but man, I was like, man, when is they're going to turn that horseshoe back in the right direction? So I think you have. It starts here. I thought you had a great shot to win this race, just as we know it, the way it plays out with these cautions. Just sometimes doesn't work out in your favor, and that's what happened to you tonight. But before I let you go, man, first of all, congratulations, great run, getting on the podium. And do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
I just shout out to my family if they watch this race. I'm sure they did. They've been, since I finally told them about the league and sent them links, they've been watching every week. So I'm thankful for that, and thankful for you. I know you're lone wolfing it on Fridays since Ricky's been busy. But it's still entertaining to watch, to go back and see what all happened throughout the race. And shout out to Kelly and Dave. They're different than the usual group I'm in chat with during the race on Wednesdays. So it's nice to have a little bit of change of atmosphere. And that's about it.
All right, buddy. Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate the kind words. And we look forward to seeing you next week. See where we're going to be next week. We're going to be Michigan International Speedway. How you feeling about that?
I'm not the greatest at Michigan. Seems like bigger tracks are not good to me as far as Michigan, Auto Club, super speedways, but I will try my best.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck to you. Thanks for talking to us.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. All right, folks, we're going to move up the podium to Mr. Dylan Bryant, your second place finisher tonight. Dylan seems to be having a habit of coming in second here in the last couple of races. Hey, Dylan, can you hear me? I'm Alan in the booth.
Yeah. Hi, man. What's going on?
Hey, man, great run tonight, man. I thought that caution really was going to play into your favor, but Alicia was able to get out to just enough of a lead on that restart where you weren't able to quite get back to him, but you certainly chopped it down. You were under 0.2 right there coming to the end. You were burning those tires, though, I could tell, trying to get to him. How did it feel from behind the wheel?
It was all right. I came from 12th and caution, it gave me hope, but I was saving fuel a lot on my third stint and stuff, and coasting it into turn one, clutching it, and the engine was off and stuff too. So I was trying to make it, but I think it would have been a splash and go. I'll go my last stop, but it's not a win. I gotta find a little bit more speed and try not to like just ruin my qualifying run. Like I don't know why the truck felt slow and stuff in qualifying, and that's a big gap, especially if the race stays green. And yeah, it was a good caution, but it was also a bad one too. So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it gave you a chance there. You're running and entering the race tonight. You were running third in points at 231. You certainly gained on second and first place because you finished in front of Jonathan Osborne and Chris Goins. Jacob Leisha, you probably kind of hold and serve there, but man, you're in a great spot. This is super tight. Going we're now through the 9th round, going to the 10th round. What do you think your chances are to bring home the championship here in the Vanquish Series?
If I keep on finishing second, none. I got to find a way to beat the 7 truck. And then of course Chris Goins is fast too. I know it's gonna be a tight battle. I think Jacob and myself is tied either in first or second with Chris in front of us. I got to go back and see who got incident points and all of this and all of that, but it's gonna be tight. Man, it's hopefully at a few of these other tracks I can outfox a few of them, and no, second's great, but I'm getting tired of second. So.
Yeah, no, I feel you there, man. I felt the same way. It's like being Mark. You don't want to be the Mark Martin. You always coming in second, but you're not. You go out there and you win a lot of races. They just been slightly getting the edge on you in a couple of circumstances here recently. I don't have any doubt you're going to get back to the top step of that podium and maybe even have likely have a great chance to take on the trophy at the end of the season. We only have 4 more races to go. It's gone pretty quick. But before I let you go, buddy, do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
Yeah, All-Star Racing with Albert, Bert, and Tom. A great group of guys and stuff, and of course Lori for everything that she does. Huge shout out to Jacob, and I think Trevor got third tonight. And I'm pretty sure that he would have most likely gotten the win as long as nobody could have stretched their fuel and missed out on that last pit stop. But a shout out to them, and also you, Alan. A great job in the booth and stuff. You're just good in the booth as you are behind the wheel, and I definitely look forward to having you back out here on the track at some point. And yeah, I'll catch y'all next week.
Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate the kind words and good luck to you, man. I look forward to you. First of all, I forgot to ask you, how do you feel about Michigan? That's next week. Are you pretty fast there?
Yeah. I got a bunch of fast tracks coming up, and at least I figured out I would at least won one of these, the last, either this one or the last race. But I came up short. Real quick, I was racing Mike hard on the outside on that last restart.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, and I feel like if I just give it up, somebody else might peek under me and stuff. But I got back around Mike quick and stuff, and maybe that was the cause. Maybe would have had a little shot at him, but he's fast. So, but yeah.
No, I agree with you. I talked about it during the broadcast. In fact, that you guys going back and forth might be exactly what allows him to go on to the win. And you being there right at the very end probably lends credence to what you're saying. Is that, hey, if you guys hadn't had to battle, but of course you're going to. I mean, that's second place, and who's going to go after the first place guy? So circumstances just kind of intervened, but I think you had a shot for sure.
Right. Yeah. So I just wish I had a few more laps to narrow it down and stuff, and and especially there, you kind of got to set up the pass and stuff, and do it at the right time.
For sure.
So,
Well, hey, man, thanks for everything. Doing a great job. We look forward to seeing you in Michigan.
all right, I'll be there. Have a
Okay,
good
man.
night.
Good night. All right, that's your second place finisher. We're going to go to the top step of the podium, folks. Your champion tonight, Mr. Jacob Alicia, bringing it home in P1. Hey, Jacob, it's Alan in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Hey, Alan. Good to talk to you again.
Yeah, man, 2 in a row. 2 in a row. You're going to give these guys a complex, doubling up here on them. How was it tonight? Looked like you and the 6 were really the ones who were going to bring it home there at the end. One question right at the outset, without the caution, did you have enough fuel to make it?
Well, I did not. That's why things were so kind of funny in the first and second stint. I was trying so hard to save fuel because you could make 32, maybe 33 laps on a full tank. We ran 133 laps, so if I could just save enough fuel, I could possibly cut out a pit stop. And that whole second stint, I had like a 2-second gap over Trevor, and I saved and made 32 laps somehow. I don't really understand what I did differently, but it just didn't work.
Oh, so, yeah, for sure.
Just decided to send it after that second stint. Just go for the win.
Yeah, I don't recall. You probably recall. He undercut you. I want to say not the first stint, but maybe the second one. And maybe that's when things changed a little bit and you were trying to chase him. But his strategy, he just told me that was to go in when he did, and if it wasn't for the caution, he felt like he might have had an opportunity to, without you being able to save that last little bit of fuel, maybe make the win here. But hey, man, it didn't matter. You guys were all over each other. Both of you are super fast. And it was going to come down to strategy. I mentioned it during the broadcast. Who's going to undercut whom? Who could save the most fuel? Because it seemed like there was just no get away from each other. Is that how it felt for you on the track?
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually looking forward to see how both of our strategies were going to play out, because my strategy was going to be run it dry and then go for a gas and go with no tires at the end. And that saved me about maybe 12 seconds from not having to get tires. But
sure,
if he gains half a second a lap from fresh tires over me, then that plays out about equal. So it would have been really close.
Yeah, I always think of you guys in the truck, and that meme by I think is Zach Galifianakis, where he's got all the equations swirling around his head. Not only out there trying to drive and do a great job, you're trying to do public math, so to speak, in the moment, and it's not always easy. But hey, man, great job, 2 in a row, champ here tonight in Texas. I'm happy for you. You're currently, let's see, where'd you come into the points in here? I got that pulled up. You may know off the top of your head. 4th, yeah. There you are. So you gained on Dylan Bryant in front of you, and certainly Chris Goins and Jonathan Osborne. So you're making a play. How do you feel like your chances are for winning the whole enchilada here of the season?
I feel like they'd be awesome, but unfortunately, I've got a vacation when I have to miss Talladega. So unless I win out, I don't think there's a way I'm going to be able to truly secure the championship. But crazier things have happened.
Yeah, for sure, man. But hey, great job here tonight. Here's hoping you make it spicy for us coming down to the end of the season. 4 races to go. We're going into Michigan next. How you feeling about that track?
I love Michigan. I'm looking forward to make it 4 in a row. Alan, I won at Watkins Glen and then at Kentucky here. So this is 3 in a row for me.
Oh, wow. Thank you for the correction. Just more getting in their head. I think you're starting to live rent free in the other driver's head here. Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
It's just nice to get some respect around here, I guess.
Oh yeah, you definitely earned it, man. You got the speed out there, and you can do it at different venues, and so that's definitely going to earn you plenty of respect on the track. And you also race super clean, so that's what these guys like. But before I let you go, man, congrats on the winner tonight. What do you have for teams, fans, or family before I let you go?
Just a big thank you to you and Lori for putting on a really nice league for us. During the race, we decided that we were just going to race to try to make Lori proud, not ourselves proud, just Lori proud, because we seem to be able to race a little bit better when we try to make her happy rather than ourselves. So hats off to you guys. Can't wait to watch the broadcast back and see what you made of that long green flag run.
Oh yeah, buddy. I'm sure she was happy about it. She's even put in the chat she couldn't believe we went to 121 laps without a caution. So you guys certainly did her proud tonight. And again, congrats on the win, 3-peating. going strong into this championship. We'll see how it comes out. But thanks again, and we look forward to seeing you in Michigan.
Look forward to it. See you, Alan.
Yeah, buddy. Good night. All right, that's your champ tonight, the number 7 machine, Jacob Alicia, racing out of a Indianapolis, Indiana, certainly a town known for their racing prowess, and he's putting it on display here tonight at virtual Fort Worth, Texas. Let's see, we'll get a quick look before we wrap up the broadcast here, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so we can bring you great content. We're going to get a look at your standings for tonight, the results, if it cooperates. So, your winner, as we mentioned, Jacob Alicia there in P1. Dylan Bryant second, Trevor Robertson third, Mike Adelson brings it home fourth, Chris Goins fifth, Andy Player in sixth, Jesse Redding brings it home in the 7th position, Anthony Williams in 8th, George Rincon 9th, Dave Mayberry brings it home 10th, up 9. Luke Chadwick in the number 9 machine brings it home in 11th. Mike Everidge in 12th. Jonathan Osborne 13th. Albert Anderson was 14th. 15th was Michael T. Alfaro. Jeremiah Burt brings it home 16th. Tom Bear 17th. Scott Milner in 18th. Chris Warren in 19th. 20th position was Dion Jones. Andrew Cawthon in 21st. 22nd was John Gallagher. 23rd, Kelly Kill. And Seth Aller, something happened to him again in the race. Maybe wasn't able to get in, but he comes home 24th, or gets credit for 24th. Well, folks, what a race. That was very impressive what these guys did, able to keep it green as long as they almost made it flag to flag. But with that, we are wrapping up round 9 of the Vigilante Vanquish Series. And we're going to see you next week at Michigan International Speedway. Is one of the tracks that we raced the most when we first started the league. We always love going back there. But until then, make sure you remember, stay sharp, stay fast, stay vigilante, and we'll see you next time.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.